Winter is coming, and if you live anywhere it gets even remotely cold, like here in Canada where we're about to hit negative temperatures in the next few weeks, you need a space heater of some sort. But this one I got sent from Sunkos is a completely different style that I have never seen before. This is the world's largest infrared space heater. It is quiet. It goes up to 1500 watts, up to 90 degrees. And man, it does it quick. Compatible with Alexa. We're going to go through how to use this and how well it actually works. This is going to be my honest review of the infrared heater. So yes, this is just packaging. Don't worry. Now, one thing I love about this, and I have already checked it out, it's just this nice, simple design square, and it's so easy to put together. I know if you've had a space heater before, sometimes you have to screw the base on and it's wobbly. Check this out. Big square that you get, simple design. I'll give you an up close in a second. In order to set it up, we're just going to move it on its side, just like this. And now we just have to insert the pads. So you can see there's two holes. Here is the foot insert right here. We're just going to place that in place. Now, what you can see is it's slightly angled. I'll show you why in a second. So we got that first one, and here is our second one. We can't really screw it up. And here we go. Oh, just like that. Now, what you can see is it's resting slightly on an angle. Now, the reason for this angle is so that heat is always kind of being distributed and always facing slightly up. And that way, you can see, it's pretty impossible for this to tip over. You would have to hit this thing pretty hard to get anywhere close. So I want to head upstairs. We're going to turn this on. I'm going to show you the features, and we're going to talk about how well it actually works. So I have my Sunkos heater set up in my living room, and I want to start by talking about some of the benefits of the infrared technology. Now let's go ahead and turn it on. It has this really nice LED display on the bottom here, really cool design. So we can go ahead and turn it on right here, and we're going to talk about the display in a second, but I just wanted to start blowing some heat. So we're going to press this M button here. That's going to switch it between modes. And you can see we're on P1. Now P1 is the lowest level. It moves between 1 and 3, with 3 being up to 1500 watts and 1 being as low as 750. So let's start with what separates this from the rest of the heaters, with first being that it is quiet. I cannot hear a thing right now. Every once in a while you hear a little tiny movement, barely noticeable at all. So unlike most space heaters, this is quiet, and it's actually not exerting any heat. So check this out. If you're worried about cat hair, dog hair going everywhere, right, there's pretty much no wind coming off this thing, which is a really cool feature. Now I'm going to show you how to control it with the app in a second, but you also get this handy remote as well. This just allows you to change the mode between P1 to P3. We can increase the brightness of the screen. We can set a timer for up to 12 hours. There's an up and down button for your modes as well, and then a child lock function right here, so your children can't just go ahead and turn it on and off or play around with it. Now, as we increase the level, this is going to obviously increase the heat, but what it also does is give it a wider radius for which it's delivering that heat. So I want to leave it on for a few minutes and see how well it's going to heat up this full room. And the one thing I appreciate is how quickly it warms up. In terms of heating up the whole room, it did take a little bit to kind of distribute itself throughout the room, because obviously this isn't really blowing that air like some space heaters do. However, it did get to the whole room, and this is a very large size room. So if you want something to supplement heating in your room, this is going to do a great job. Now, one underrated feature is this little leather handle. Makes it super easy to carry around and move around, and that goes the same with these legs that are easy to take off. Now, if you didn't know, this thing is completely compatible with Alexa. Hey Alexa, turn off my Sunkos heater.
Okay.
And it's off. And if I want to turn it back on, hey Alexa, turn Sunkos heater on.
Okay.
Now, through the dedicated smart home app, you can easily set up your heater in seconds. In fact, all it takes is plugging it in, and it will automatically detect the device through the app. There's a few different modes. I love this child lock mode right here. So when you press that on your phone, you're actually unable to access the device whatsoever in order to turn it off or adjust it. As soon as we turn that child lock off, Watch how we can now turn it on and off as well. So honestly, it's not very often I say a space heater is kind of changing the way we should think of these kind of devices. The Sunkos definitely does that, and this is one that you're going to want to check out if you need a little bit more heating in your home.